what a trailer was this? It's just so amazing. It looks like a completely new movie, right? The first trailer was so much emphasized on uh, like the humor and the approach to a younger audience, and you have this absolutely magnificent of a trailer that has, yes, these little parts of humor here and there, and it's fine. It's a Transformer movie, and Transformer movie, even in Michael Bay's, they have humor. They always been a humorous movie. They have part with that, and it's fine. There's comedy in Transformer, and that's what makes it different than an edgy fan fiction of Transformer, right? That's what is best with Transformers, when you've got a bit of humor, right? You need it. You need it in everything, right? But this trailer, it shows us that this movie is not just a kid movie. It's not just Earthspark 3.0, right? Because you've got Earthspark, you've got Earthspark season 2, so that would be Earthspark season 3. Like, it's so different. It's so different, and a lot of people says, "Oh, the animations look like Earthspark." Earthspark's problem is not the animation. The animation in Earthspark is really good, and this is not the problem. The problem with Earthspark, it's the way it's handled, right? But this movie will be amazing. I am truly and genuinely impressed by how they went with it and how awesome it just looks. When you look at this second movie, you can really see that there is a darker tone. Like the first movie, the first trailer, we saw a bit with the quintessence and all that, and Megatron's looking at the logo of the Decepticon, which is, I guess, the Fallen. Like, that's my first theory. The Fallen is improved in this. Like, when they enter this big room, there's all but kind of people that I guess that's the Primes, and that they're the Fallen is there too, and he kind of gets in Megatron's head, or Megatron gets a vision from him. That's my first guess. That's my first theory that I would have about this movie, that the Fallen is implied, and that Optimus is chosen by the Primes because his brother has fallen into it, and Optimus Prime is worthy of the Matrix. And that's good, the Matrix in there, right? So something I'm really happy is to see that we'll see Orion Pax becoming Optimus Prime, and that's not something we've seen on the big screen, right? We've seen Otrod becoming Rodimus Prime, but we've never seen Optimus becoming Optimus Prime in anything, right? We've seen it in G1 when Alpha Trion rebuilds him, but even there, that's not really the full story, right? So it's the first time we'd see it. We did see it in like comics and all that, but nothing that like's really animated and all that. So I just hope it really is a fantastic scene, and that we it really brings an homage to him, right? So what I would guess is probably the guy that transformed into unicorn, right? That's Alpha Trion. I guess it's Alpha Trion. I guess he would bestow Optimus Prime's the Matrix. That's my second theory to this movie. And I would have actually third one, but it's really more darker. I think there's a lot, even the first trailer, but in the second trailer, there's an emphasis on Bumblebee speaking a lot, right? And I find it a bit odd that they would make the character that speak the less in the recent years, right? You take the last decade, and usually Bumblebee's a mute character. She doesn't speak. I think in Cyberverse doesn't speak, and Michael Bay doesn't speak, Prime doesn't speak. It's usually a character that doesn't speak. And we've got this Bumblebee that speaks a lot, a bit like an animated, right? And I think it sets up something really dark, but really mature too, right? Something that will surprise people. And I think we're gonna have a scene like in Transformer Prime when we learn that Bumblebee lost his voice to Megatron. I think Megatron will be the one crushing Bumblebee's voice. And I think that's my third theory, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen actually. I'm pretty sure that Bumblebee gets his voice scrapped by Megatron. And that's like either the end of the movie, or the big pivotal point upon which Megatron is like, you cannot go and get him back. That's the point where Optimus Prime gets like, oh, he's no more my brother, he's my enemy, right? Because the movie ends with that, right? We know that the movie starts their brother, and we know the movie ends their enemies. My third theory is that Megatron's gonna kill, not kill. I mean, Megatron's gonna scrap. It's gonna crush Bumblebee's box voice, and Bumblebee will not be able to speak anymore. And that would be really interesting to see a character that always speaks become mute. And it's something we couldn't really sign waivers. We couldn't really sign Prime. We know that Bumblebee had like a voice and a bit more personality because of that. But it'd be crazy that we see Bumblebee being so outspoken and all that, and we get attached to him, to his personality, to his humor, and then he's mute. He's a beeping bot. That'd be crazy, but I think it's gonna happen. I'm pretty certain this will be happen. That's my darker theory, but like this movie seems to be on the darker side. My big question, and that's my last theory if you guys want to, um, is how long is this movie gonna be, right? Because we know we've got the whole like decock part that they gotta get. They gotta fight off quintessence. They got to well fight some kind of army, but it isn't the Decepticons because the Decepticons are with them. Like when Orion Pax still says roll out, like he's not Optimus Prime yet. And then there is potentially, I'm pretty certain, this part with Optimus Prime and Megatron's fighting. So that's like four big points, and you've got to add the first one, which is essentially like at the beginning they probably know each other or meet, but they're not on the surface yet. So that's a lot to cover, right? It's a big movie. That's where I'm kind of scared a bit. Is that Rise of the Beast was a big movie. It had a lot of things, but it was half baked, right? Could have been real good if it wasn't half baked. But if this movie takes the time that it has to take and goes with it, I think it's great. My theory is that actually the movie starts with this fight of Optimus Prime and Megatron. That's what I think, because it would be the more sensed way to approach this. Because people know that it's Orion D16, but it's not all people that really knows it, right? So if you get Optimus Prime and Megatron fighting, and Wendy says on the trailer, we could have built a new world together. You say, I don't think so. I think that would be a good starting point for the movie. You see them fighting and all that, and then you get a bit of a pause into the fighting, and then you get to the story of how they were brothers and all that, and then you get to the more like normal stuff, and then at the end you re get to the fighting scene, and maybe there Bumblebee gets his voice crushed or something like that. So honestly, if you're not impressed by this trailer, if you're not surprised, I think you're living under a rock. I think also that you're a bit. How could I say that? I think you're a pessimist. I really think you're a pessimist. You don't think that if this doesn't hype you up, I think you're a pessimist. I know you can be scared. It's normal. It's Transformer. It has been so long since we have gotten something decent. But I really think that this idea of putting Transformer into animation and making movies about it is the next cornerstone of Transformer. I think this is the way Transformers should go in the future. Of course, live actions are cool, but animations allow you to tell so much different stories and so much. I think this is the way. I think this movie will be a trilogy movie, and I think I know they want to do that, but it always depends with money. But I think this will be the new way Transformer movie gets. We're gonna get our last live action trilogy if you want to, with Rise of the Beast, G.I. Joe, and the other one, and then it's gonna be animation movie. And Transformers is gonna make a big animation like MCU if you wanted a universe, but it'd be an animation. That's what I think. But hey, those are my theories. So four big theories. Thank you guys for listening, and I have other video coming up. Bye.